So here's what we've got going on with Stugotz off air. He's feuding with ESPN management right now because he had an idea for a sports radio 30 for 30.
Yep. I have the whole treatment, everything I wrote up. It's sitting right in front of me right now. I'm very upset about this. I really am. Like, this is not shtick. I'm a bit upset about this. I don't know who to talk to yet. I really don't, but I'm going to talk to someone. But I don't know who.
All right.
Because we're down here. We're not up in Bristol. I don't know who at ESPN I'm supposed to talk to about this.
But you want to read a portion of this treatment to the audience?
You know what? I'm not comfortable doing that. I'm just not.
So it's not actually on your screen? You were lying to me?
It's right here. Look, I'm just not comfortable reading it. I have no. I don't. The only one I trust in this company, beside a few executives, is you and the guys who do the show with us. I don't want to read stuff and give more away.
Well, what do you mean? They're already making the movie, are they not? They're already making a 30 for 30. What would you be?
Dan, listen, I've gotten my attorney involved here. There are legalities involved. He told me, do not give out any more information. That's what he told me. I'm just telling you. I'm serious.
But you've got your attorney involved.
Yeah, I have.
Who are you now going to, you're going to turn this into an actual legal fight with our bosses?
I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I just got him involved, and his recommendation to me was, let me think about it for a day or two. Do not give out any more information
publicly. I picture the attorney in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Like, Stugotz and his attorney careening through Bristol, just on all manner of drugs, going in there to fight the man. Mm-hmm. Both of them. So
I'll give you a little sample, like the first line, okay? What if I told you that on July 1st, 1987, an AM radio station in New York would change the landscape of sports media forever? Okay? That's the first line, and my agent just texted me. Don't say another word is what he said. He just sent me a text. That's it. That's all I can give you. That's what I wrote. And then, look, Dan, here, it's right in front of me. You know me. I don't write this long, okay? I don't write at all. Look how long this thing is.
Okay.
You see it? Not that long. It's like 5 paragraphs. But it took me like 5 days.
All right, so here, so now we've got conflict. We've got genuine conflict. He's not making this up. He's feuding with unknown ESPN management who has stolen his idea. And by the way, Bristol, you have reached the end of the road on ideas if you're stealing Stugotz's.
Yeah.
Like, time to close down that whole 30 for 30 franchise that everyone loves. If this is where you're going to steal your ideas, like a whole lot of people need to be run out of that building for not having creative thought because he's sitting around waiting for you guys to have ideas that he can steal.
Yeah.
His entire existence in that house that he's closing on today is born of stolen ideas. It's built on a mountain of stolen ideas.
It's actually the house that Greeny built.
Texter writes in here that Stugotz's attorney is Saul Goodman. I do picture the attorney for Breaking Bad.
Hey, he totally texted you on a burner phone right now.
Yeah. All right. So here's
before you get to it, I even had a title for it. It's First Time, Long Time, How Sports Radio Changed the Sports Media Landscape Forever.
That's a great title.
Thank you.
But why are you giving out more information when Saul Goodman just told you to stop saying things?
He just said, what are you doing? He just said, what are you doing? That's what he just texted me.
What are you doing?
I'm done now. I am done now.
What are you doing? All right. This has got to be a first in the history of ESPN Radio and ESPN. In the history of ESPN, this has got to be a first where someone uses one of their platforms to get his attorney involved with feuding with management over a stolen idea. All right.
What if I told you that I had an idea and sent it in an email to an ESPN executive? That the executive told me that my idea was good, but not good enough. That I moved on and suggested a dozen other projects and forgot about that original project. What if I told you that a year later I found out online that the project ended up being good enough and that I was left out of it? That my attorney told me I have a pretty strong case. That the contract I just signed is nothing compared to what's coming my way. ESPN Films presents a 30 for 30 that I came up with, that they have no intention of giving me any credit or money for.
Oh, man, that lost lawsuit's going to build another extension on that house so that you won't be paying attention to the show that built it all. Oh, man. Are we in trouble?
This is the LeBatard Show on ESPN Radio.
The reason I started is because the music started, because you're either too busy closing on your home or pounding out emails to ESPN executives, and you're not doing the show that built your career, and those spots built your career, and you're not doing your job correctly because the music started and you're busy handling all sorts of other stuff.
It had nothing to do with my house. My attorney, I was reading over some language of how we're going to pursue and advance this 30 for 30 conversation. That's all I was doing. It was serious stuff.
I think the way you're going to pursue it is by getting yanked off the air and fired so that you could fight this as a crusader because you want to get your sports radio movie made.
All right, well.
I think that's probably a bad idea.
Dan, wouldn't you feel bad? Like, wouldn't you be upset if this was happening to you? I know you would. You're a journalist.
Well, first of all,
you have integrity.
No, wait a minute. First of all,
I would totally steal someone else's idea, but you would never do that.
That's one of the things that's funny here. One of the things that's funny here is our entire grid of death is something you've been trying to steal from the Miami Morning Show for 2 or 3 years.
Yep.
Like, it's like you are a thief.
Yeah.
And so the idea that you would get offended by thievery is ironic,
I guess.
Hypocritical,
I guess.
And I understand why you're upset.
It's a good idea, man. It's a good idea.
As are many of the ones you've stolen over the years to build your career.
Right. Fair. What you're saying is fair.
Well, how about what else I'm saying? Is this also fair?
What?
We need to do your job here instead of handle this stuff on your time. Your fights, your closing. This is our time, and it's ESPN's time. And how about for these few hours you concentrate on the job you're presently being paid to do instead of figuring out ways to bring legal action against the employer that pays you to do it?
That's fair. You know what?
Yes, it is fair.
I am yours for the next 2 hours and 15 minutes. Great. ESPN, I am yours for the next 2 hours and 15 minutes. I love working for ESPN. I do. You know, I've been dreaming my entire life. I'm just upset about this one little thing, but I'll let it go. I will let it go.
I'm not even saying you need to let it go.
I'm going to let it go.
Just let it go on air for these couple of hours. You can fight your fight.
I'm going to let it go. I would be, it'd be nice, okay? I have fought many fights for you, I think. I feel like I've always had your back. When MC Hammer goes after you.
I don't mind fighting this fight.
Yeah,
I don't want to fight it on air in the way that gets in the way of the show.
That's fine. Dan, you have my undivided attention for the next 2 hours.
Who are we beefing with?
I don't even know who we're beefing with.
I'll go into this fire with you. Just let's pick the right house.
Okay. You're right. I'm saying you're right. I apologize. You have my undivided attention. I'm done with house closings. I'm done with 30 for 30.
Undivided attention.
You have as much attention as I could give you.
Yeah, your attention is incapable of being undivided.
Right.
Like there's a fantasy trade is going to appear on your computer in a minute, and after that, someone's going to walk in here with a shiny silver object that's going to distract you.
Yes. But you have me. You have me back. You have as much attention as I can give you. Okay? Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less, but you have me. I'm here.
This is the LeBatard Show on ESPN Radio.
Like people ask me, did management get to you on the 30 for 30? Nope, no one got to me on the 30 for 30. I just haven't talked about it since Monday. The fact that someone stole my idea for 30 for 30.
Did someone? You said that someone from 30 for 30 reached out, didn't you?
They did, yes. I am speaking with them today. I'm very much looking forward to that.
Okay, because you are they trying to silence the?
I don't know. I have no idea. Let
me know what sort of bone they throw your way.
They're going to throw an appearance on the show, and that'll be enough. That'll be enough,
and it'll be on the cutting room floor.
Right. I said earlier that would be enough. Like just someone reaching out to me, quite frankly, is enough.
I look forward to actually the 30 for 30 where they like shoehorn him in with one sentence. And it just to shut him up because he says it was his idea. What would be funnier? Just one sentence from Stugotz or him being interviewed and nothing making the actual film?
No, just like 2 seconds. They were funny and interesting, and then it just gets away from him.
Not even his face, right? As a voiceover. Like they wouldn't even
pixelated.
They wouldn't even show your face. It would just be you saying, I like Mad Dog, buh.
You would be a part of a montage merely. Was that my voice? I'm not even sure.
Right. That would be the funniest scenario, where not even Stugotz is sure that was his voice. And no on-camera time.
But give me a little credit, man. You know it was my idea. You do know that.
Well, yes. But as I discussed with a friend of mine at ESPN just this week, does Stugotz really think he's the only one who had the idea of, hey, let's do a 30 for 30 on the advent of sports radio?
No, but
that seemed like fair criticism from where I was standing.
That is fair criticism, but as it pertains to Mike and the Mad Dog and how they changed the landscape of sports radio and how sports radio changed the landscape of sports media, that's what I pitched, okay? They know that. That's why they reached back out to me. I pitched it. I did. Right. And they told me it wasn't good enough for a full feature film. They said it was just good enough for a short. That's it. I don't even know what a short is.
Okay. Well, we will. It's shorter than a full.
Well, that would make sense.
Film.
Yeah. Does it air? Like, where does it air? On the internet? Does it air? Like, does
it used to air at Grantland, but we've been told not to talk about that. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Hey-o. Here is the new 30 for 30 involving Stugotz's stolen idea by, and I don't want to mention any names directly because I don't want to get in trouble with management, Connor Schell.
What if I told you that I had an idea and sent it in an email to an ESPN executive? That the executive told me that my idea was good, but not good enough. That I moved on and suggested a dozen other projects and forgot about that original project. What if I told you that a year later I found out online that the project ended up being good enough and that I was left out of it? That my attorney told me I have a pretty strong case. That the contract I just signed is nothing compared to what's coming my way. ESPN Films presents a 30 for 30 that I came up with that they have no intention of giving me any credit or money for.
That was really well written, and your delivery, by the way, was excellent.
Thank you.
Just sort of heartbroken.
I am.
But so we will find out what happened with the executives. Big call after the show today. Stugotz is going to get to the bottom of this.